Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gary Swan. I'm the Battalion Chief over training, and it is my pleasure to introduce Las Vegas Fire and Rescue Recruit Academy Class 2019-1. At this time, please turn your attention to the graduation program, where you will find a schedule of events to follow along with a message from Chief McDonald. At this time, I would like to introduce Senior Deputy Chief Eddie Vigil.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Chief Swan said, my name is Eddie Vigil. I'm the Senior Deputy Chief for Las Vegas Fire and Rescue. At this time, I'd like to welcome Chaplain Tyrone Chu to the podium for the invocation.
Thank you, Chief. It is my honor to present the invocation for the prayer for the firefighters that have successfully graduated Academy Class 2019-1. As a retired firefighter with 30 years of service, I understand your excitement today. You already accomplished 2 goals in your journey, being selected over hundreds of applicants just to competitively vie for the job, and survived the last 6 months of intense firefighting academy, learning all the basics of knowledge, skills, and strategies necessary to do the job. Your next goal starts today, your next 6 months of probation. But do not worry, do not fear. Your 6-month probation will prepare you. As it is stated in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." I pray that you do not lose the hunger and commitment that got you where you are today. Stay your course. I pray that the immediate challenges of shift scheduling, the familiarization of station locations and apparatus and personnel will not intimidate you. Stay adaptable. Remember that you have the best support system, a city council and a fire administration that understands the importance of providing the best fire and medical services possible, and a community that supports you. In addition, you have the support of your coworkers, and most importantly, your family and friends. Stay honorable. I pray that you will pay attention to those who would mentor you in time, for you will hopefully be mentors for others who come after you. Stay empowered. I pray you will continue to expand your horizons of seizing opportunities for promotion. Future leaders come from the ranks within. Stay available. I pray that when your career is done, it can be said of you as in Matthew 25:21, "Well done, good and faithful servant." Stay consistent. In conclusion, today is the first day of the rest of your career. Make the most of it. Congratulations, Academy Class 2019-1, and amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Chu. The Las Vegas Firefighters Local 1285's Honor Guard exists to honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in order to protect the lives of others. The fire service loses an average of 100 firefighters each year in the line of duty, protecting the people of this great nation, and our Honor Guard has participated in their memorial since its inception. The Honor Guard wears black to mourn the loss of our fallen brothers and sisters. They wear red to always remember the blood shed to make our community safe. They wear white to reflect the purity of heart required to risk your life to save others. The Honor Guard is all volunteer, receiving no pay for their efforts to reflect the purity of their mission to carry on the tradition of the fire service the most noble of professions, to honor those whose lives and sacrifice have defined us all. Please stand as the Honor Guard presents the colors.
Las Vegas Firefighters Local 1285 Honor Guard. Attend hut. Carry colors. Drum major, by your command.
Light band, 4-4, by the center, quick march.
Forward! Honor Guard! Halt! Center, face! Honor Guard and all uniformed personnel, present arms!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order! Arms! Right! Face! Drum major, by your command.
Light band, 3-4, by the center, quick march.
Forward! Forward!
Everyone, please be seated.
City Royal! Center! Face! Take seat!
All right, a special thanks to Keisha Finch and the Honor Guard. How about a big hand for them? Great job. Well, welcome to Las Vegas City Council chambers. We're very fortunate and grateful to be able to have our graduation here, so thank you to Esther Renke. Shout out to her for helping set this up for us. We really appreciate it. We're honored to have you all here today. It's wonderful to see all the families, friends, fellow firefighters, and community partners here to celebrate this important day for LVFR as we welcome 17 new probationary firefighters to our department. These probationary firefighters would surely not be here right now if not for the support of their friends and family throughout these last 26 weeks. Before we move on, I'd like to recognize a few of our dignitaries and guests who are in attendance. Our city manager, Scott Adams. Councilman Stavros Anthony. Fire Chief, Clark County Fire Department, Greg Castle. Fire Chief from Henderson Fire Department, Sean White. Retired Deputy Chief from Clark County Fire Department, Fernandez Leary. And Assistant Fire Chief from Clark County Fire Department, Larry Haydu. Thank you all very much for taking time out of your busy days to be here to celebrate this with us. We appreciate it. All right, at this time, I'd like to introduce to you our city manager, Scott Adams.
Thank you, Eddie. I have to welcome all of you again to our City Hall. This is a perfect setting for such an important occasion as our graduation today. I'm always excited to see the building used the way it is, like we are today for this important occasion. I also want to congratulate the entire training team and our fire department administration for getting another class through. It is critical to our city that we continue to fill the ranks of our fire department. We are retiring fire fighters at a rate that is somewhat alarming. And let me just shift over to our graduates. You are coming into the city at a fantastic time in the city's history. You have nothing but great opportunity ahead of you. Let me ask you, though, that as you move forward in your career with the city, that you think of our city values as you move forward. And those values are being kind, committed, and smart. Because at the end of the day, your role will be to provide public safety services to our citizens. And we need to do it in a manner that embodies those values. And the other challenge to you as new graduates is you're entering one of the best fire departments in our nation. And one of the hardest things about being on top is staying on top. So the challenge to you is to continue to move our department forward in staying on top and being one of the best departments in this country. So again, I want to congratulate all of you on your graduation, and nothing the best as you move forward with the city.
Thank you very much, Scott. Okay, at this time, I'd like to introduce to you Las Vegas Fire and Rescue's Fire Chief, William McDonald.
Well, it's wonderful to be here today and to see all of you here. I want to welcome all of you here today for the celebration, this graduation of all of our recruits today. It's a great day for the city of Las Vegas and a great day for Las Vegas Fire and Rescue, so we really appreciate having you here. I'd also like to thank a lot of our partners that are in attendance with us today, our law enforcement and our fire service partners. We serve the community with them, and we really have such a great relationship in all the things that we do in terms of our practices and procedures and how we provide emergency services throughout this region. And so it's really great to have all of you here. I also like to thank all of our coworkers, so many of you that are here today and retirees, for your support and your attendance here today. I'd like to recognize the awesome vision and leadership of our city council and our city council and our mayor. the amazing support that they give to this organization each and every day. And I'd also like to thank our city manager, Scott Adams, for his great support for Las Vegas Fire and Rescue and our efforts in enhancing and improving how we provide services, the types of programs that we provide by both our fire and rescue personnel. I'd also like to thank you for recognizing a member of our department, Matt Driscoll, as a City Employee of the Year for this year. So thank you very much. That's an awesome honor. I'd like to welcome really all of the family members and friends that are here today. It is so awesome to have you here, and it's been awesome to have you as a part of our family for the last 6 months. I want to thank you for your patience and for all of the things, the extra things that you did in the time that your recruit was in our academy. We know that it was grueling, that it was challenging. We know that you had lots of days where you had somebody home there with you, but they weren't really home there with you. They were maybe tense a little bit, pretty stressed, and they needed your support and your kindness and your guidance, and we really appreciate that from all of you. So welcome to our family, and thank you so much. I really also want to invite you today to celebrate in any way that you want to when your recruit receives their badge. If you want to hoot and holler, if you want to hit a cowbell, if you want to come up here and take pictures, whatever you want to do, this is our day, your day. It's a celebration, so please come on up. I'd like to also thank the Recruit Academy 2019-1 cadre led by Captains Mike Evans and Captain Art Perillo, all our FTOs that were involved. You guys did an awesome job. Chief Gary Swan and the training staff. And congratulations to all the recruits. We've asked a lot of you over the last 26 weeks. It's been very physically demanding, it's been very mentally challenging, but you've dedicated yourselves to becoming the best. And we are really proud of you for your recent accomplishments. Las Vegas Fire and Rescue is a very respected, very proud fire service organization, and we feel we are the best because of our people. And they are dedicated to providing services to this community, and they're great contributors to not only the city, but also to this community. Our expectations for our recruits are to always remember that we are here to serve our community, and we're honored to serve our residents. It's our primary mission, and it is the reason that we're here. I ask you to dedicate yourselves fully to serving our residents every day with respect, dedication, and compassion. To continuously develop yourself with the support of your coworkers who really want you to be wildly successful. And please respect their knowledge and the knowledge of those and the experience that came before you. They're here to help you, and they want you to succeed. And also would ask that you support and cultivate the relationship that we have with our public safety partners here in Clark County. It's an excellent relationship, and it's the best way that we can provide service. I want to congratulate you and thank you for choosing the City of Las Vegas and Las Vegas Fire and Rescue as your provider of choice. And I want to welcome you to our family. It'll be an honor to serve alongside you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Well, these academies don't happen without a tremendous amount of support. So on behalf of Las Vegas Fire and Rescue, we'd like to give a special thanks to our Mayor, Carolyn Goodman, our City Council, City Manager Scott Adams, Chief of Public Safety Services Tim Hacker and the rest of the City Manager's Office, Luisa Tuilangi and the City of Las Vegas's Human Resources Department, all the divisions of Las Vegas Fire and Rescue who support our academies with their time, assistance, and expertise. I see several of them out here. Great to see all of our fellow brothers and sisters supporting these new graduates. And also to former Las Vegas Fire and Rescue Fire Chief Greg Gammon and his staff at CSN. At this time, with the cadre, please stand and remain standing as I call your names. Fire Captains Art Perillo, Mike Evans, Fire Engineers Mickey Olivas, Mark Lamont, Firefighter Paramedics Chris Zafaris, Jonathan Christensen, Talon Houston, Firefighters Chase Larimore, Philip Fernandez, Joseph Garboski. So these cadre members put in a tremendous amount of time and effort into providing the guidance, expertise, and support necessary in making these academies a success. We really appreciate their willingness to take on an important responsibility of shaping our future firefighters. So please join me in applauding the hardworking members of our Academy cadre. Be seated. Thank you. All right, well, now it's time for the awards presentation. Captain Perillo, Captain Evans, I'll turn the ceremony over to you at this time.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming today. We're going to start off the award ceremony with our Class Valedictorian. All recruits were graded on their academic performance, firefighting skills, EMS skills, physical fitness, and professionalism. By consistently performing at a high level, this recruit rose to the top of Class 2019-1. This recruit's self-discipline, initiative, intelligence, and physical abilities has earned them the title of Valedictorian. Please join me in congratulating Recruit Workman.
This next award is presented to the firefighter that most exemplifies those personal and professional qualities represented by the fire service. The recipient of this distinctive award is chosen by the recruit class of 2019-1. The polished boot for class 2019-1 is awarded to recruit Hernandez. Keep it down here. Quiet. The fire department is an organization of tradition. One of those traditions is a class video. The academy has spanned 26 weeks. This video will condense those weeks into 10 minutes.
When you sound off, Mayor Goodman should hear you in our office downtown. Now.
This academy is very demanding, both mentally and physically, and the expectations for you are very high.
2 exercises that you will be very familiar performing. One is a grinder, the other one is a tower.
What I need from all of you is to be fully in, fully engaged, and commit yourselves to being the best firefighter that you can possibly be.
The first words and the last words out of your mouth will be sir or ma'am. Do you understand?
Sir, yes, sir!
More recruits.
this academy has pushed me more than I've ever had in my whole life, and I'm just glad to be able to share it with a group of recruits that we have the common goal of just serving our community.
I expected it to be the hardest thing I ever did in my whole entire life, and it's proven to be very true.
Just keep pushing. Come on. Go till you can't go no more. That's 2 minutes.
I knew going into this, like, my height would be an issue, so having to adjust things for my height, like just different tasks that maybe people that were a little bit taller didn't have as big an issue with, I struggled with to begin with. You know, I had to figure out different ways to overcome whatever obstacle that was.
Remember, men, we're volunteers. We don't get no pay. What's that? No pay?
I've been challenged more than I can imagine, like that I ever imagined I would be, and I had to learn all new things, and it was beyond my expectation, but in a good way.
Biggest challenges I would honestly say is the whole academy. It's a long 26 weeks. We're only at week 21. So the whole academy has been challenging, and it's great to be where I'm at today, sir.
Listen to your radio.
Up to him.
Biggest challenges that I faced in this academy was I had expectations coming into this academy that I felt I knew what was ahead of me, and I mentally prepared myself for those expectations. This not being my first time in a fire academy, I anticipated things, and I have been surprised at what I've seen here.
There you go, Leonard. Come on, let's go.
My biggest challenges were overcoming those limits, thinking I was done when I wasn't. I wasn't even close to being done. And just knowing that I could continue and I could keep going no matter what they threw at me.
Being more diligent in all I do, it's definitely played a role in my home life as well. Being very thorough with everything and paying attention to a lot more things that you probably would not have paid attention to in your regular daily life before the academy.
Expectation is, you know, you're like hurrah, you know, you made this career, you're a part of a team environment, you know, you get here and it's, you know you're gonna have to go through 26 weeks of something, but you just don't know what it is. You know, you see videos, you hear different stories, but until you're in it, until you're mentally fatigued, until you're physically fatigued, it's just nothing that you can prepare for.
Come on, Fiddy, don't just stand there.
Huh? Hey, put me down! What the?
Everybody into the pool.
Hey, get me out of here!
You guys have any questions?
I've changed a lot. It's more about what hasn't changed. It's a much smaller thing. I've learned just a lot about myself, what I can put myself through, get through, learning to rely on other people and work as a team, and understanding that you're doing everything out there with your brother and sisters. You just grow a lot as yourself, a lot of self-responsibility, and a lot of self-worth comes out of this.
Sergeant Butterman, Little Hand says it's time to rock and roll.
Bring the noise.
Outside, probably?
Yeah, just throw it over here.
Put it by the...
Where'd you guys find the sirens?
They warned us coming into the academy it would be the hardest time that we've gone through, and that was spot on. So I did expect it to be as complicated as it is.
There's an opening right here.
Definitely learned a lot, probably way more than I ever expected. I think that would be different. You don't know what you don't know until you've been taught it, and I definitely think that was true of this academy, sir. I've grown a lot older and grown up. I came in as a 19-year-old kid. You know, I'm still 19, but I feel like I've matured a lot through the whole academy, through just growing through PT with my brothers and sisters, and through the tests and the mental stress I have to go through, and we all go through. I think I've grown a lot.
The biggest challenges that I've faced have to be just the day-to-day grind, getting up early in the morning, making sure that I'm ready to go to work, coming to work, and being able just to listen and follow directions to everything that we do through the start of the day to the end.
I think I've gotten a lot more responsible. I'm a little bit older, but I've even matured throughout the academy because this is a very mature job. I've been more disciplined, but I've also been humbled as well.
Balancing family life as well as academy life. When you come in, it's a full-time job. I mean, you're working when you're here, you're working when you're at home, and for somebody who's got a baby on the way, it's been tough to juggle the two, family life and academy life, sir.
I believe most of the recruits, if not all the recruits, feel like they can rely on me. I believe that I've gained trust in their eyes, and that teamwork is huge for me. And that's something that I hope that I can gain from members on the floor and continue to develop and maintain throughout my career.
Zone 1, TAC 209. For Battalion 1, Battalion 5, Engine 201, Engine 42, Engine 9, Rescue 204, Truck 8, Seaburn 3, Air Resource 1, 633 North Mojave, District 2327, Panel 96.
Please give a special thanks to Channel 2 KCLV's Eric, Sue, and Steve for all their hard work on that great video. These recruits are also receiving a certificate of congressional recognition from Congresswoman Susie Lee and Congressman Stephen Horsford.
And now, the moment these graduates have been waiting for, the pinning of their badges. Chief McDonald and Senior Deputy Chief Vigil, please post for the pinning of the badges.
Recruit Barbara.
They're set.
Recruit Gagliardo.
Recruit Hernandez.
Recruit Jeffries.
Recruit Johnson.
Recruit Leonard.
Recruit Uhas.
Recruit Casey. Being pinned by retired Captain Craig Casey of Orange County Fire Authority.
Thank you. And then you guys look right here.
Recruit Eaton.
Yeah,
Being pinned by retired engineer Ricky Eaton of Las Vegas Fire and Rescue.
Recruit Goodwin. Being pinned by firefighter paramedic Tyler Bird, Clark County Fire Department.
Recruit Jones. Being pinned by Captain Eric Jones of Las Vegas Fire and Rescue.
You guys look right here.
pinned by retired Lieutenant Joe Martin, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department.
Recruit Sanford. Being pinned by Captain Michael Holmes of the Clark County Fire Department.
You guys look right here. There you go. One more. And then look over here. Do you get yours?
Recruit Workman, being pinned by retired Sergeant Douglas Workman of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
Recruit Worth Jones. Being pinned by firefighter Greg Osborne of the City of Bristol, Virginia Fire Department.
And look right here first. And then right here.
Recruit Young, being pinned by retired Fire Captain Paramedic Orlando Rice, Milwaukee Fire Department.
City Royal, front, face. Take seats.
Recruit Leonard's going to come up and speak on behalf of her class.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Recruit Lisa Leonard, and I am honored to stand here before you representing the first graduating class of 2019, the City Royals, or, as our cadre affectionately call us, the City Royales with cheese. I would like to thank Chief McDonald, City Manager Scott Adams, City Council members, and the local 1285 members and officers for being here today. In addition, a warm welcome to all our firefighting brothers and sisters who join us today. Let me also thank my class for allowing me to speak on their behalf and entrusting me with this great honor. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge our families, friends, and loved ones. We would not be standing here today had it not been for you. This has been a long and arduous journey for us, and the sacrifices that you have made on our behalf are undoubtedly tenfold. We may never truly understand the burden which we placed upon you. Our deepest thanks and appreciation goes to you. Just over 6 months ago, we stood before you. Actually, we stood behind you, all glued to the back wall of what would be our main classroom for the next 6 months. We were sweating nervously and both terrified and excited of what was to come. Who we were then is not who we are today. For example, we still had first names. We were individuals back then. We came from different backgrounds, and we all had different life experiences. But we had one common goal, the career of a lifetime. One of the first assignments we were tasked with was to produce a class name. This proved to be harder than we thought. Initially, it seemed more fitting that we be called the Nemos because of how lost we all felt, or maybe even the Dories. Having short-term memory loss would have at least helped us to forget the grueling workouts in SCBA and full turnout gear during some of the hottest days of the year. However, each of us recognized the golden opportunity that we had been given, and that's how we became the City Royals. In no way did we think we were royalty. Jokers, maybe, but far from royalty. In the game of poker, the royal flush is considered an extremely lucky hand. The probability of being dealt a royal flush is 0.0001%, or 1 in 650,000. Now, I'm no gambler, but those are terrible odds. We recognized as recruits that we were extremely lucky to have been dealt this hand in being hired by Las Vegas Fire and Rescue, but that's where the luck stopped. It was now up to us how we played that hand. Now, a heads up. If you do leave here today and fancy your luck at the poker table, and by some miracle you are dealt a royal flush, there's nothing left for you to do but go all in. That being said, all in became our class motto. A reminder that there was no room for doubt, half-heartedness, or mediocrity. Now that we were no longer individuals, we were able to move collectively toward our common goal with purpose and direction. Chief Edward Croker of the New York City Fire Department famously said, "When a man becomes a fireman, his greatest act of bravery has been accomplished. What he does after that is all in the line of work." Although we are still months away from becoming confirmed firefighters, this journey has no doubt required bravery. We all faced our own struggles, with moments or even days when continuing on seemed impossible, but quitting was never an option. I think back to first beginning turnout drills and failing to meet the 45-second cutoff by an embarrassing amount of time in a drill that essentially involves putting your clothes on. Advancing hose lines, forcing entry, and throwing ladders brought its own set of challenges. And I know personally I wore a ladder as a necklace more times than I'd care to mention. Our daily physical training in the 100+ degree weather in full turnout gear and SCBA pushed us all to our limits. We became very comfortable being uncomfortable. There was no doubt that this academy pushed all of us physically, mentally, and emotionally, testing our resilience and ability to continue in the absence of hope. There are times when faced with adversity, the inviting option would be to quit, to just give in. But you must always ask yourself, is that all I've got? Because 9 times out of 10, it's not. One of the best lessons we have learned is that you can push yourself physically and mentally further than you ever could have imagined. A lesson that one day may save our lives. You see, despite these examples of trials and tribulations and the moments that seemed impossible, we never gave up. We took those failures to fuel our motivation and determination to continue, even when every fiber in our body begged us to give up. Why? Because as firefighters, we owe it to ourselves. We owe it to the firefighters standing beside us. We owe it to you, our families and friends, and most importantly, to the citizens of the city of Las Vegas to whom we serve. We owe it to all of you who depend on us to continue to get the job done, the job in which you have graciously entrusted in us, and a privilege that we do not take lightly. Just as we were tasked to come up with a class name, we asked the same of our cadre. They called themselves the Transformers, for it was their mission to transform us from civilians to successful probationary firefighters. So, to Chief Swan and our cadre, Captain Perillo, Captain Evans, RTO Zafaris, RTO Houston, RTO Christensen, RTO Lemont, RTO Larimore, RTO Fernandez, RTO Garboski, and RTO Olivas. We are indebted to you. Just as we are your class, we understand that your names will be forever attached to ours, and know that that is an honor in which none of us take for granted. You have each shown your dedication and commitment to us as a class, going above and beyond on several occasions to ensure that we were not only confident, but competent, or the other way around, in fact, to ensure that we were not only competent, but also confident in the skills which you taught us. We understand initially it is a tactic used in academies that the cadre be our common enemy to help us bond together as a class. But despite this, we were at no point were we unable to confide in you for support or assistance. You have taught us discipline, an unwavering determination to never give up, strength, humility, and patience. After one of the most challenging days, I remember RTO Zafaris standing before us and vowing that if we don't give up on ourselves, they would certainly not give up on us. You have given us the knowledge and skills needed to begin our careers as firefighters with the city of Las Vegas. And although our learning and growth are only just beginning, we truly believe that you have shaped us for success. So to you, the Transformers, we are forever grateful and indebted to you. Thank you. Before I hand off to Captain Perillo, I'd like to thank you all for listening. And if you didn't understand a word I said, I apologize. You missed a damn good speech.
Thank you, recruit Lisa Leonard. Lisa? They do have first names. We would like to invite City Clerk of City of Las Vegas, Luann Holmes, forward for the swearing-in ceremony.
Thank you. Can I have you all raise your right hand? And after I say I, I'll have you repeat your names. I. State your name. More than one person? Anybody else? All right, now we're going to repeat after me. Are you ready? Solemnly swear, that I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution and government of the United States and the Constitution and government of the state of Nevada against all enemies, whether domestic or foreign, that I will bear true faith, allegiance and loyalty to the same. Any ordinance, resolution, or law of any state convention or legislature to the contrary notwithstanding, and that I will well and faithfully perform all of the duties of the position in which I'm about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations.
Class 2019-1. Front, face. Class 2019-1. City Royals, you are dismissed. Sir!
That concludes our ceremony.
Order!